If you're an Apple enthusiast, the arrival of September can only mean one thing: new iPhone! Since the launch of the first iPhone in 2007 by Steve Jobs, this hot gadget from Apple has taken the mobile world by storm and made a name for itself on the market. So much so, the brand value of Apple has shot up into the trillions. The latest addition to the iPhone family, the iPhone 14, is no exception. With the launching of the iPhone 14, new features are coming in hot. Apple is constantly adding new features and updates to the devices so they can always maintain their dominance in the phone market. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Today we present to you the top 10 features that make the iPhone 14 exciting. Number 1. Satellite service lets you make emergency calls anywhere. Thanks to the new subscription service, the iPhone 14 can now be used to make emergency calls even when there is no network or data connection available. It does this by establishing a connection with satellites in orbit above you and having those devices transmit your location to ground-based rescue workers. Upon establishment of the connection, your iPhone will inquire as to your health by asking the following: are you lost? Hurt? Who else is there? If anyone with you? All of these let your iPhone connect with the right support staff to get you the assistance you need. The service is not limited to use in an emergency setting. To let your contacts know where you are while you are out of mobile phone and internet range, you can use satellites to transmit your location with Find My feature. All iPhone 14 buyers will receive 2 years of complimentary satellite subscription. There is no further estimate as to how costly this feature will be after the complimentary time period. Number 2. Better cameras. Each latest design of the iPhone includes various photography enhancements. Even though the reports about the iPhone 14's cameras being able to record in 8K turned out to be untrue, the cameras on the iPhone 14 are still quite powerful. The cameras in the iPhone 14 have been improved across the board, making them more capable of filming video even in dim lighting and capturing colors that are more true to life. The front-facing camera in particular receives a focusing feature, which means that it will be easier to take clear selfies even when the subjects are located at varying distances away from the camera. Apple is updating its camera app to include Action Mode. Action Mode is designed to steady the camera to lessen the amount of shaking in videos with a lot of motion. Additionally, a new 2x zoom lens capable of recording in 4K resolution is being added to the iPhone 14 Pro versions. In addition, the primary camera boasts a resolution of 48 megapixels, making it one of the greatest available in the smartphone. Number 3. The always-on screensaver power. Following years of user requests, Apple has finally decided to update the always-on screens on the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. The time, your widgets, and any live activities can still be viewed on your iPhone screen even when the device is locked and the screen is set to the off position. Depending on the image, you may even be able to view the wallpaper previously used for the lock screen. The always-on display can accomplish all this while consuming significantly less battery power than it would if it were actively on. You can stay on top of things while simultaneously extending the battery life of your iPhone. Number 4. Crash detection. iPhone 14, just like the most recent iteration of the Apple Watch, is equipped with a force sensor that can detect whether you have been involved in a collision, such as when driving a car. The sensor is only activated when you're driving, and it recognizes when you come to an abrupt halt, the air pressure changes due to the airbag inflating, and there is a loud crashing noise. After it has been identified, your iPhone will make an offer to contact emergency services on your behalf. If you do not react or are unable to, it will do so automatically. Number 5. The fastest internal chips yet. All 4 versions of the iPhone are getting updated versions of their internal chips. These are the core components of hardware that manage the most vital functions on your iPhone, and they are what make these latest models the quickest iPhones that have been released to date. Both the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus come equipped with an A15 Bionic chip, just like its predecessor, the iPhone 13. Apple asserts that the graphics portion of the chip, called the GPU, is 18% more powerful, and that the central processing unit, CPU, and neural processors are also improved. However, the chip has been updated. The iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max are where the most significant new features are found. The A16 Bionic chip used in the Pro versions is approximately 40% more powerful than the A15 chip. It also has a lower power consumption than the A15, which means that the battery and the other components are under less stress. Number 6. The infamous iPhone notch is gone. And now for the most significant alteration: the notch has been removed. To a large extent at least. It is still on the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, but the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max do not have it. Instead, they have a cutout in the shape of a pill that Apple refers to as the dynamic island. The front-facing camera and the facial recognition sensor are both located within the dynamic island, which is an independent cutout that is surrounded by active pixels. Additionally, it adapts to the app you utilize by expanding or contracting as necessary. Even though you may be using other applications simultaneously, certain apps such as Apple Music and Lyft can display information within Dynamic Island. Others can use Dynamic Island to deliver notifications that are both smaller and less intrusive. There are 3 distinct applications for Dynamic Island. Apple's goal with this update is to blur the boundaries between software and hardware, making the much reviled notch its own unique and distinguishable feature in the process. Number 7. Water and dust resistance. The iPhone 14 and 14 Plus both have a classification of IP68, which indicates that they are resistant to the incursion of water and dust. The iPhones can endure being submerged in water for up to half an hour at a depth of up to 6 meters or 19.7 feet. The number 6 in IP68 refers to the device's resistance to dust, which indicates that it can withstand dirt, dust, and other particulates, while the number 8 refers to the device's resistance to water. The IP6X designation represents the highest level of dust resistance that may be achieved. With a classification of IP68, the iPhone 14 is protected against water damage caused by splashes, rain, and unintentional immersion in water. Nonetheless, water immersion should be avoided when possible. According to Apple, resistance to water and dust is not a permanent property, and it may diminish over time due to natural wear and use. Because Apple's basic warranty does not cover damage caused by liquids, it is essential to exercise extreme caution when it comes to the presence of fluids. Number 8. Improved battery life. The battery life of the iPhone 14, which is approximately an hour longer than that of the iPhone 13, allows for up to 20 hours of video playback, up to 16 hours of streaming video playback, and up to 80 hours of audio playback. This represents an improvement over the iPhone 13. The Apple iPhone 14 Plus can play back up to 100 hours of audio content, up to 26 hours of video content, and up to 20 hours of streaming video content, respectively. Both gadgets support fast charging and can achieve a charge of up to 50% in about 30 to 35 minutes when using a power adapter of 20 watts or higher. Number 9. 5G connectivity. The iPhone 14 series comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon X65 modem capable of 5G connectivity. This modem is standard. iPhone owners in the United States can connect to mmWave and sub-6 GHz networks. However, owners of iPhones in other countries are only able to connect to sub-6 GHz networks. The frequency range of sub-6 GHz 5G service is becoming increasingly common and is now available in more rural, suburban, and urban regions in the United States and other nations. When you're using the 5G network, you will almost always be using 5G on the sub-6 GHz frequency band. The sub-6 GHz version of 5G is often faster than LTE, particularly when the mid-band spectrum is used, but it isn't always the lightning-fast version of 5G that you expect. Number 10. Storage space. The highest amount of storage space that can be configured into either the iPhone 14 or 14 Plus is 512GB, with the iPhone 14 having a default storage capacity of 128GB. That's only half of the storage available in the iPhone 14 Pro models, which have a maximum capacity of 1TB. So that's all for now. At least you now know what you're going for if you intend to purchase the new iPhone 14 model. That's it, folks, for today's video. What are your favorite features on the new iPhone 14? Please let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date for our exciting content.